Yo, what is going on, guys? Today I just wanted to go over probably what I think is the most OP poison build in the entire Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, even the base game. And it only requires one weapon, which I'll show you guys how to get later. So go ahead and like and subscribe if you guys want some more, and let's get right into it. Alright, so let's talk about how we get this weapon. So first you're going to go to the Bellarat Tower Settlement, which is near the beginning of the game, near the first boss, and we're going to go ahead and find what's called the Well Depths Key. So you're going to follow me up these stairs, take a left. You're just going to go straight down, dodging all these enemies in front, which you can clearly tell I wasn't able to. But once you get up here, you're going to take a left into this little room. There's going to be a second side of grace. This side of grace, if you want to teleport to first, you can. It's right next to the first one pretty much, which is called the small private altar. From here, you can go up the stairs and past this guy to your right. You're going to go down this corridor, and once you get past, you're going to take a left. Up here, you're going to take a right into this room. There's going to be a ladder that you're going to go up. Once you get up the ladder, you're going to go left out this door and onto this roofing right here. Once you get to the roof, you're going to go ahead and jump through this little window, and the key is going to be right on that dead body. So from the beginning where we started last time, you're going to follow me this way. This is how we actually get the weapon. Instead of taking a left, you're going to go and take a right down to the sewers over here. You're going to drop down this ladder, and once you get to the very bottom, there's going to be a door for you to unlock with your key. I've already unlocked the door, but you'll have to do the animation and go through. Once you get past, just follow me down this area. You go straight ahead past these enemies. Right at the end here, the weapon is going to be right on this dead body. So now that you got your hands on this beautiful weapon, here's what's fun about it. You know, it's Ash of War insta-procs poison. See that right there? Insta-procs. And I mean, that's like 99% of the bosses. So give or take the bosses who are immune to poison, it's not going to really work. But if most of the time, if it's not a one-shot proc, it's going to be a two-shot proc. And with the Mushroom Crown that we wear in this build, as soon as you proc that poison, you're instantly getting a 10% increase in the damage you do against that person. And from there, it's just easy goings, I'm telling you. Alright, so just like I was talking about before, the Ash of War in this weapon is pretty much a one-shot poison proc. But, you know, just in case you do miss the Ash of War, the base poison build-up on this weapon is 142, and that is with the Poison Hand maxed out. So, I mean, even if you do miss your Ash of War, you're still going to get pretty quick poison build-up. Alright, and since this weapon, the Poison Hand, is a fist weapon, you are going to have the same moveset as you would if you go ahead and use, let's say, the Star Fist or the Iron Ball. So with your basic attack, if you have it two-handed, you're going to be hitting successive attacks and successive hits. Same with your heavy attack, you will be hitting pretty quick. And the charge also does a lot of stance damage. Now let's go ahead and get into what I think would probably be the best seal, or, you know, the best armor for you to wear. Obviously, any seal really works. I'm just using the Golden Order seal. It's not even maxed, only because I am just using buffs. You can use pretty much whatever seal you want. It doesn't really matter. And then for the armor, definitely you're going to go with the Mushroom Crown. The Mushroom Crown does raise that attack power, like I said before, by 10%. And for the armor, pretty much any other armor is going to work. I usually like going out on max poise. My poise is at 60 right now. I could go higher if I want. You can also use the Rock Sasha armor, because the Rock Sasha armor does go ahead and give you that damage increase too, if you need. Alright, so for your talismans, there's really three main ones you want. The fourth one, you can use pretty much whatever else you want. So for the first one, you are going to go with the Kindred of Rot's Exaltation, because it is going to increase your attack power, whether there's poison or rot in the vicinity, which it is going to add on with the 10% increase that the Mushroom Crown already adds. You would want to go with the Axe Talisman next, which is going to enhance your charge attacks, because most of the time, to proc that stance break, we are going to be heavy hitting like this, with a two-handed. For third, you will want to go with the Rotten Wing Sword of Insignia, because it is going to greatly raise attack power with successive attacks. Since this is a fist-type weapon, we are going to be spamming a lot of attacks once we go ahead and knock them down, which will increase the damage with each successive attack. And lastly, I mean, I usually just go for the Shard of Alexandria for the greatly boost attack power of skills. And that is for my Ash of War, just to make it do a little more damage. I mean, you can really go pretty much what you want. You can go up to the top and go ahead and apply the Erdtree's Favor just for increased health, stamina, and equip load. There's also many others you can get, such as the Green Turtle Talisman, which will raise that stamina recovery speed for when you're attacking. You won't tire out as quick. Alright, so moving on to what I have in my Wondrous Physique. You really want to just go with two. I mean, there's some others you can choose if you want. Right now, all I focus on is really the Spiked Crack tier and the Leaden Hard tier, which this one will temporarily boost poise in a mixed physique, just because, you know, I do like to not get knocked over a lot. Also with the spiked cracked tier, it is going to enhance charge attacks for a time in mixed physique, which is also going to stack with what we had in our talismans here, which is the axe talisman. Those two are going to stack together to provide extra damage. Alright, so let's talk about attributes real quick. So the poison hand does scale A off arcane. So the main thing you really want to focus on is your arcane, hit that at 80, which is going to be that soft cap. For vigor, you really just want to keep it at 60, maybe a little bit higher if you want. This character is level 267 compared to my other levels 160 and 173. So I just keep it at like 65, you know, just because I put a little bit extra in there. For dexterity and strength, of course, just keep that at 8 is the minimum. You can go higher if you want, just so you can actually use the weapon, obviously. And then really for faith, you'd want to get that at 25 or higher. The reason for faith being at 25 or higher, if you want, minimum would be 25, is because the incantations that we're using, which is Flame, Grant Me Strength, and Golden Vow, which Golden Vow does require 25 faith in order to use. So for the buff activation, since we are only using 2 incantations, it's fairly simple. So you can really start off with either one, it doesn't really matter. What I like to do is go ahead and use Flame, Grant Me Strength first, which is going to go ahead and give you that 20% increased physical damage, and the duration is about 30 seconds. Next up, you would go for Golden Vow, which will stack with Flame, Grant Me Strength, giving you an additional 15% damage and 10% to all damage negation, and this one is going to last you about 80 seconds. Right after, you would go ahead and pop your Wondrous Physique, and then you can go on in. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Like always, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos to come. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Cue the boss fights.